Okay, guys, what is up? We are here in Brooklyn, New York, New York City. We are in Borough Park. So this is apparently one of the most densely populated Jewish areas in New York in general. They're kind of Jewish ghettos, I guess, in a sense. It's not the richest area here in New York, but the community is more so the Hasidic Jews that live here. If you guys don't know who the Hasidic Jews are, they're not actually Zionist Jews. They're Jews who believe that they deserve the land of Israel when their Messiah comes back. So these Jews actually kind of beef with the Zionists in a sense. And they're a lot more strict with their religious practices. They obviously, celebrate Shabbat, and they don't use internet at all on Saturdays, where some other Jews here in New York might, find different loopholes. But we're gonna ask them some questions. Gonna see what us fellow Goyim can do, and how we could be the best Goyim possible. And
we're trying to be some YN Shabbos Goys in New York. Running around doing little chores for the Jews, being good Goyams, and make some coins, some shekels. Look at we got Hebrew letters on the butcher shop.
Yeah, so there's a ton of Jewish shops here. There's a lot of Jewish people walking around. So let's go. Are you from New York City?
I have been living here for 2 years.
Oh, 2 years. Do you live close to this area?
No, I live in Gramercy.
Do you notice a lot of the Jewish people around here? It's obviously a big Jewish community. Do you interact with them often?
Huge. Though I work for a restaurant, I'm mostly with the women, and women do not interact that much with, especially men. With other women, yes. Men, I think it's not my place to say, but they have very closed shell. Not much interaction I can have with them. Yes, there are a few exceptions out there where people are very friendly. I have a few customers who always talk to me. That's about it.
Oh, you're saying the women don't even talk to non-Jewish men?
Very less. Not any interaction with male.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting.
I asked my manager. It's like a religious thing. It's not to interact outside their thing. So it is what it
I guess
is.
from the few interactions you have had with them, I understand they're very closed-off community. Would you say that they're hostile, aggressive towards you, or are they just more just
Not at
closed
all.
off to stay to
Nothing.
themselves?
Yes, stay to themselves. But the Jewish community back in Manhattan, the city, it's very, very different. 4 of my friends are Jewish.
They're the Orthodox Jews?
Yes,
Oh, yeah, these are the Hasidic ones.
I have no clue.
Yeah, these are
No
the
clue.
extremely religious ones are the Hasidic
Yes.
ones. Okay, this is, I guess, a little off topic, but what do you think about Zohran Mandami winning the mayoral race in New York City?
I hope if we can do something about the rent, stabilize something, that would be best. That's the only opinion I have. He's just mayor for not even a month or something like that. A few months he took the oath. We'll see about time.
Do you have hope for him?
Maybe yes and no. Action speaks louder than words.
This is, I guess, this isn't even a Jewish store. It's just a store for suits or something. But we have some nice Jewish fellow in there, some nice Jewish fellow shopping. Huh. But yeah, we're just trying to find people to talk to. These people seem very closed off. Some Jewish school bus. That's actually that's interesting. I have no idea what that says. But we asked a few people, and apparently, I guess not everyone here even speaks English. There's a few people. It sounded like they had very broken English. So I guess they just speak what, Hebrew? Yiddish. It's I think it's different in some sort of way.
Writing the contracts in Yiddish.
Yeah, it's interesting, but we're still trying to find someone. We'll see. Some guy gave us directions to a better area. What's your name, sir?
Simcha Friedman.
Semcha?
Yeah. Can you pronounce it?
I try. Semcha?
Simcha. Simcha.
Ch.
Simcha.
Semcha.
Yeah.
Where
But short Simon. You can go on Simon.
Where are we at here?
This is a Borough Park, Brooklyn.
Did you grow up here?
Yes, born here.
Born and
raised
raised?
here.
Okay. So,
Married here. Everything.
is this the most densely condensed Jewish population in New York City?
Because there's another neighborhood, Williamsburg.
Another
But
neighborhood.
pretty much, yes.
Just from what I understand, this is like the Hasidic area, and more in like Manhattan is like the Orthodox, right?
No, Hasidim are also Orthodox.
What's like the difference between those two? Because I know you guys have some differences, or am I wrong?
The Orthodox is people that practice the religion to the fullest. Then there's Hasidic. We're Hasidim. That we're taking the next level to a different, even more than Orthodox.
Okay.
But Orthodox is people that keep the 613 laws that we have to observe. And Orthodox, let's say, having a beard or is not one of them. So
Okay.
Hasidim do have it. Or
Okay.
yeah, it's like, we're
Yeah.
Hasidim. The people with the hats.
Yeah,
are
yeah, no,
Hasidim.
I understand that.
You could be Orthodox without a beard, with just with even without
Okay.
kippah. But
So, also from what I understand, is the Orthodox Jews are mostly Zionists, right? They believe that they're entitled to Israel as their homeland now, and the Hasidic Jews believe that when their Messiah comes, they. Is that true, or
no,
am I
nothing to
misinformed?
do. No, nothing to do. There are certain, like Hasidim are split up in certain sects.
Okay.
Sects. So there's there's I would recognize what type of, from where this Hasid comes, from the hat, from how to wear the payas. See, he doesn't have.
Yeah.
We're different than me.
Yeah.
So I know from where he belongs, and I belong somewhere else. So certain communities believe that, but not all. I'm considered a Zionist, yes.
Okay.
Even though I don't live there and that I have nothing to
Yeah.
do with it, but I believe that's is the land that's given to God to Jews from
We were in
Isaac.
Manhattan today earlier, and we spoke to some some gentlemen in the Diamond District, and they were talking about the Shabbat Lubavitch. Is that because they believe the Messiah has come, correct?
Nah, whatever. That's very controversial. Messiah
sure.
did not come.
Okay.
It's no one believes Messiah came, and we're good to go. We're out of the diaspora. We're
Right.
good. No, they have believed that the rabbi had certain Messiah that the rabbi
Like a prophet, more or less.
That I don't know exactly. No one believes that Messiah,
There was
Messiah
posters
came.
and it said
Yeah.
Messiah has come on like some of the street lights and
Yeah,
stuff.
what, in Manhattan or
In
Crown
Manhattan,
Heights?
in Manhattan, it was in Diamond District.
All right,
over there.
whatever. It doesn't mean that. It's he always you know who they had a rabbi. You know the Lubavitcher rabbi. The rabbi.
They were telling me about him, and they said he's buried in Queens.
Right.
They're like Trump went to pray there, and some other people have prayed
he was
there.
a very holy person. Even though he's
Yeah.
not my rabbi, he was a very holy person. And he always, our goal in life is always that we should that Messiah should come and take us take us back to Israel and build the third temple. But obviously it doesn't happen, and it's just
Hasn't
in
happened yet.
theory,
Okay.
It's like no, they don't believe that either.
What is believed?
But you should go to Crown Heights. Go to the source. That's like the Vatican of Chabad.
Oh, okay.
Lubavitch.
That's
It's
like where they have all the rabbis.
Huh? No, that's where he lived, and that's where the buildings of Lubavitch movement.
What is it called again?
Lubavitch Chabad. The same. It's Lubavitch is the real name, but they call it Chabad. It's a shorter name. They have emissaries in the whole world, like 5,000 people in the whole world. There's no place in the world where there isn't Coca-Cola and Chabad.
That's funny. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they
Coca-Cola
have
and Chabad.
everywhere a Jew, anywhere in the world, even the most crazy, maybe not North Korean, but
Yeah, they're kinda crazy.
all over they have like an embassy.
Except for North Korea. They
But
haven't
it's a very interesting crew over there. You should go there. They're very into. They put film, those.
Right. In the,
in the
yeah,
street.
yeah,
They
yeah,
put in the
yeah.
street.
Yeah.
They try to tell
Like at the
people-
Wailing Wall and stuff like that.
No, Wailing Wall is then the Wailing Wall obviously also, but it'll be all over.
So it sounds like there's kind of different beliefs. What is the Hasidic view on sort of when the Messiah will come, the end of the world, I suppose, right?
I guess what's the
Yeah.
biggest disagreements like the Hasidic Jews have and the Orthodox?
Regarding
and, like, the different-
Messiah, nothing. There is no disagreement.
I guess not only regarding the Messiah, just overall in the beliefs. Is there like some major key points that the different Jewish communities disagree on?
Well, all Orthodox Jews believe the same things, in my
Okay.
opinion.
Yeah.
Again, some are more pro-Zionist. There's some Hasidim that believe that against Zionism.
Yeah.
They believe you cannot go up to Israel and have your own country till the Messiah comes.
Yeah.
That means the Messiah comes, he will then then you could go up and have your own land and your own country and your own everything.
Like the Old Testament, kind of.
Yes, but you cannot have it before Messiah comes.
Okay.
Understood.
But yeah, that's a big belief. But
Is that like the main one, or is there some other things?
I've heard that there's a lot of conservative. It's like very conservative in this area, and there's
Well,
a
I
lot
like
much higher
conservative.
birth rate
Yes,
as well.
yeah,
And
so-
is that because of like restrictions on contraception or anything like that, like the Catholics have?
yes.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
That's interesting.
And then it's in the Bible too. The first command in the Bible is to
Be fruitful and multiply.
right.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
And we know all these things are just as that. Yeah, a lot of laws are the same as Catholics.
Interesting.
I mean, I'm not familiar with Catholic laws, but I hear it's pretty much the same.
What the heck is this guy doing? So honestly, a banger. Jewish music stream. Wow. Zoran Mondami winning here in New York City.
Yeah.
Do you think there is a rise of anti-Semitism recently, and do you think there will be in the future?
Well, it's not good. That's for sure not. I mean, it's now a trend to be anti-Semitic. It's like became okay. It used to be if you're anti-Semitic, you're embarrassed about it. You kept it into yourself, but now it could be publicly not ashamed. And again, there's only a reason. It's only a reason, like what Israel was doing in Gaza, and there's always a reason. I mean, there's always something that the Jews are blamed for. So I don't know what the reasons are. Is it jealousy or whatever it is? It's definitely not a good thing. Not only for, again, Mandani is a problem not only for Jews.
Yeah.
If he's a socialist,
He's
it's not
communist,
good.
yeah.
It's not good for anything. Socialists were not successful anywhere around the world. It's not only, it's two. I'm a New Yorker and then I'm a Jew. So I have two issues with Mandani.
Yeah.
It's not,
Right. What do you think the future kind of holds? Because like you're saying, like anti-Semitism on the rise. Mamdani, of course, was elected. He's, pretty, I guess anti-Zionist and stuff like that. What would you say the future holds? What do you think like the threats are to a community like this in the future? Do you think?
I think again he's gonna try to be a good mayor to protect the citizens of New York, but it becomes, as you saw last weekend, I don't know if you followed the news, like for no reason they decided to demonstrate in Queens, like pro-Hamas demonstrations.
Oh, really?
This was this weekend, and then everybody condemns it, but it becomes like normal to it becomes,
Yeah, I've seen him praying in the street and all that stuff. It's pretty awful. Like,
Where do you think? Do you
It
think
wasn't
someone's
always like
pushing it? Do you
What?
think someone's like pushing this anti-Jewish hate?
Well, this is start with the young people in colleges, and these have proven already that Qatar, Iran pay
Yeah.
to indoctrinate,
Indoctrinated.
the young should be like that, and then it spreads. Definitely start by the young, in colleges, the young generation.
Do you think a solution is to pass like laws? Because
I think so. Yes.
Do you think so?
This is outside again. It's free speech in this country, but if it comes from an outside influence, they pay, and it's long-term plan. This is that to destroy this country this way by killing the youth. You have from Islamic point, and then you have from China that pushes the TikTok to kill. Their TikTok is not the same as our TikTok.
No, it's not.
right.
They don't let these old dumb stuff going through
Yeah.
to dumb down the
Larry
the
Ellison
youth.
recently bought it, TikTok. I know
Yeah.
that as well. What do you think of kind of some of the atheist Jewish communities that are even anti-Zionist? I mean, do you think it's kind of like part of the problem, or is it more like they're just kind of lost? What is the perspective on that? I'm interested to know, because it sounds like you're kind of on the other side of that.
I
Almost.
understand the question.
Do you think there's
There's communities in New York City, for example, that are like pro-Mamdani. They're anti-Zionist. And,
They're Jews only in because it's
In blood, not by practice.
Yes, they have nothing with Jews. There's nothing about them. Any person that has little morals and little brains,
logic.
yes, they call them a Jew. They have nothing with Jews. They don't practice Jews. Yeah, maybe their grandfather. In theory, they're Jews because we believe that if you cannot be not
the
a
mother,
Jew.
right?
Yeah, it goes from mother to son. If your mother was a Jew, you're a Jew no matter what what you practice. So if you doesn't matter.
So it sounds like they're kind of just not helping. They're not.
They're only
fake,
a Jew.
basically.
They have like a badge. I'm a Jew also, but they have nothing with Jew. I mean, like, they're Jew that Hitler would have killed them also. That's what a Jew. Because
Right.
Hitler didn't care.
So there's solidarity, but it's like
They're
fake
not
or-
Jews. They're not Jews. Nothing to do with Jews. No, see, even and obviously they're not Orthodox Jews, but even
Right.
before, they're even not that. They're nothing. They're nothing. Never go to a temple. They never pray to God, to our God.
What's causing that? Because I thought it used to be very tight knit, and it's kind of become a lot of that in New York.
Sign of the times, people get it's separating that from the real religion, and takes generations to it's nothing.
What would you say to people who say Jews have like the supremacist point of view? They think like non-Jewish people are goyim, that they have like lesser souls, because you hear that a lot, especially on like social media nowadays, like on Twitter. A lot of people, say that when they kind of let people say whatever they want on there.
It is some truth to that. I mean, we are chosen people from God, and but not to degrade. And see, goyim doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything that to degrade you anybody is not Jewish. I don't think so.
It's just a term.
Yes, it's not a bad word. Goyim, what's a goyim mean?
It just means non-Jewish, right?
No, it means the nations. Goyim's a nation.
Like
other
Amalek,
nations.
right? Amalek is kind of similar term. I've heard that be used as well.
Goyim means the other nations. We are the other nations. It doesn't mean anything.
All right, I kind of have a funny question about that. Actually, I wanted to ask. I don't know if you're interested, or if it's a real thing. But I've heard that like a Shabbos goy is a pretty profitable job to have, like in this kind of area. Is that accurate?
That is accurate.
Is that something that like
you know what
you've
a
seen?
Shabbos guy is?
Yeah, like on Shabbat you can't do certain things,
Right.
and he goes around the house or whatever.
A lot of
Those tasks.
successful people with Shabbos guy.
Yeah.
Mario Cuomo, former governor. Colin
Really?
Powell.
Cuomo?
Yes, not Cuomo's father.
Oh wow.
Mario Cuomo.
Wow.
Not the Andrew Cuomo.
So
Mario.
it sounds like it's pretty common here in this area that's like a job or.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
How do you apply for that?
What does it take?
You gotta make sure you're not Jewish. That's for sure.
Okay.
'Cause
How do they
the-
check that?
That's
Sorry.
Okay, let me ask you. Where are you guys from?
I'm from Texas. I'm from
Okay.
actually San Antonio, Texas.
I live in Miami.
Okay, two red states.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I guess that was kind of my next question. What do you think about Donald Trump? I heard, I forgot who called him the first Jewish president. Somebody like made that joke.
Yeah.
Well, he's definitely.
It was the guy on Fox News. What's his name? Levin.
He's also Jewish.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, let's listen. We love Trump. I mean, as an American, and as a Jew.
Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, 3 times.
Let's go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
What do you think about AIPAC? Like AIPAC funding politicians? Do you think like that's a problem? A lot of people say some politicians then have dual loyalty to like Israel and America and might not have America's best interests at hand. And
Why? They're lobbyists. It's a legal trade to be. Legal to be a lobbyist. Why is it different than the big pharma, big food, big? It's a lobbyist. They're lobbyists.
They say there's a dual loyalty.
Why is it loyalty?
Well, they say because it's an interesting thing. Like for example, you guys have a very tight knit community here, right?
Yeah.
And like you said, I mean, you yourself are Zionist, but not every
I'm not
Jew.
a Zionist. I'm
Well,
pro-Zionist.
Pro-Zionist.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Right, that's a difference. But I think that it's an interesting thing that you guys have because you have your own nation on Earth. It's not very typical across different religions or ethnicities to have that. So people will say, well, because you're funded by that nation or you have a dual loyalty, since it's sort of like ethno-religious state that exists. It's kind of a unique situation, right?
Listen, definitely we need help. We need APEC to help to help out. I mean, we need. You see. Imagine if we wouldn't have that, how bad, how the culture would have been, how anti everything would have been.
Do you think that America is basically the reason Israel has kind of been able to survive? Like,
No, I don't think so.
you don't think so? What do you
I mean,
think?
it definitely help. But if not, we would have different ways. God has different ways to help.
That's different ways. Okay. All
It's
right.
definitely. I don't know if Bibi just said that it's time we should wean off of the money. I mean,
Right.
it's not the money. We need support. We need moral support, and support is more important than money. Israel's doing very well. Economies are doing very
Israel
well.
is doing very well. They're set to be kind of like a global power, I think, in the future. It seems things are kind of panning out. I do have a question. You don't have to answer, but would you be in favor of another strike on Iran, a regime change there? Because it is a very radical Islamic regime.
Regime change. It has to be, but it has to come from the people. I mean, people not. We can't force them to do anything. It has to be from their own. You see it now. You see now the protests. That's the way to go.
Right. We were there yesterday too,
Where?
at the protests or the marches, the anti-war stuff.
Anti-ICE, anti-Trump.
Yeah.
The ICE is a different thing. It's the same crowd.
Yeah, it
They're-
is.
They're paid protesters, most of it, and paid troublemakers. They're not. Every day it's first it's Palestine, now it's Venezuela, then it's ICE, and it's the same crowd going over and over.
Right.
It's not. Obama deported how many people? 5 million people. No one heard anything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right here, everything's an issue. Everything Trump does is a major issue.
What do you think about, I guess, the rise of some might say like white supremacists, like people like Nick Fuentes becoming like mainstream? I know he was on the cover of like New York Times. He's having interviews with like Tucker Carlson, Piers Morgan.
That's what I said before. It became not a problem to say yes. I'm an anti-Semite. He's from the left and from the extreme left and extreme right. It became the mainstream. It's not a problem. They're not ashamed about it. It's nothing new for us. We've been going 3,000 years. We have this issue. It's not something new. Every so often we have people try to wipe us out.
Yeah.
It's going on for a long time.
There's also been on the left, right? Like there's like a lot of people yesterday. It's a lot of anti-white stuff that's roped in with the anti-Trump, and a lot of people do rope the Jews in with that. Do you kind of consider like a solidarity there, in a way, or is it kind of just totally separate?
We are considered white. I'm talking Israel now. Yeah, white. Why a lot of these leftist organizations are against Israel? Because they're white, colonizing.
Right.
When you go in actual Israel, the percentage of white people is very low. You should do some research on that. To watch on videos and the people that thought so and went there and
Yeah, I've seen that.
hello, everything's Arabic.
Right,
And these people are not even European and.
They probably look more like me, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You see it. So it's like the whole world is turned upside down. It's like
So you kind of agree. It's kind of America. The anti-white stuff has to stop because
Absolutely.
it's racism, right?
I don't know if it's racism. That's another thing. If you do it to whites, it's not racism. It's only when you do it to other
Right.
people. To tell us the white people are the most the lowest level of I don't see no white privilege anywhere. We got everything. We have to go to the back of the line. The white people today got a little better affirmative action and DEI, all these things. And so, go to is here in this neighborhood. You got a job. A white person, the last one on the list. Yeah, if you're a woman, if you're it's impossible.
Yeah, a lot of anti-white hatred. Do you think this is like a sign of end times that things are getting this chaotic? Are you one of those Jewish people who believe that? Because I know some people say
No,
no.
no, I don't think so. I don't know.
Okay, that's fair enough.
All right.
Well, thank you for your time, man.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. All right, so this is another synagogue, and the palm tree right there is because some rabbi, if you translate his name from Hebrew, it means palm tree. But we're literally just trying to find people to ask who will be on video. But I guess
Impossible.
yeah, it's literally impossible. Like they're happy. Some of them are happy to talk to us, but they're just don't put us on video. So I don't know exactly why. They're just very closed off and kind of sheltered. They feel kind of uncomfortable when they're talking to us. And they're like 4 of them group up on us every time we ask one
Yeah,
Jewish
they stop
person.
in the street when you're talking to them. They're like, "What's going on?" It's very protective, and it's like a tradition to not talk about it. That's what one of them was telling us. Like,
I
off
don't think
camera.
I don't think he said tradition. It's just like I said, they're just closed off and they're just distrusting, I guess, of outsiders, of people who aren't in their community.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we're not
So-
Jewish. I think we need to come back with the hats, and we'll.
And another interesting thing is obviously we have some ladies with us. If we ask a man, I think in their culture, in their religion, if a man is married, he's not allowed to look at other women.
Yeah,
I
they
think
literally
that's what it is. But yeah, they literally just look at the
They
floor.
like, don't
and
look
just-
at us. It's weird, and they won't even like shake our hand or like say hi. It's just, I mean, I respect it. I guess I just it's odd.
It's a culture shock. But what's your name, sir?
My name is Nehorai.
Okay. And what kind of Jew are you? Are you a Hasidic Jew?
No, I'm a Sephardic,
Sephardic.
Orthodox.
Okay. So Orthodox and Sephardic are the same thing?
Orthodox is a general group that has within it Hasidic, Ashkenaz, Sephardic, different kind of groups, but we're all under the same category of Orthodox.
Okay. What's the difference for the Sephardic Jews versus like the Hasidic ones that I think are the majority of the population here?
Over here in the Borough Park, yes, the Hasidic are the majority, but Sephardic is just a different customs within the Orthodox community.
Well, do you guys like disagree on any like major points, or is it just a few different traditions?
we mainly believe on the same points. Just that our custom from hundreds of years going back are a little bit changed within, depends on from which countries you come from. The Hasidic are more from the European countries,
Okay.
so they built a little bit of a different custom, but it's all based on the same rules.
So were you born here? Did you grow up here?
No, actually, I was not born here, but I'm an American citizen.
Okay. And what's your what else are you besides Jewish? Because you said the Hasidic Jews are more European. I assume you're more
Like
Middle
I
Eastern.
mentioned, Middle Eastern, Sephardic.
Okay. Would you say most of the community here are they pro or anti-Zionist, or is it kind of like a mixed bag? Because I know some of them are waiting for the Messiah to return, and then they think they have the claim to the homeland. Is that
As far as I know, you're referring to the Satmar Hasidic. Over here, there's a mixture of many different Hasidic groups, but you're referring to the Satmar. They're not coming in a personal view. It's more of a halachic, meaning view of Judaism type of view. They're not against Zionists because people have to know how to differentiate between what they're really against and what they pro. So they are pro-Israel,
okay?
but they don't consider Israel as a country, or you call it a state, in a global sense. It's more Jewish meaning to it. It's a Jewish land, but they both believe, Zionists are believing that the Jews should be there, and they believe they should be there. Just they feel like since we have all this complication right now, maybe better off to wait until Messiah comes. But we do believe and we do want to be returned as soon as possible.
Some people like the Chabad Lubavitch believe that the Messiah has come. We were in the Diamond District today in Manhattan, and there was posters we saw that said the Messiah has come, and they were
Right.
saying that his grave, like Trump visited his grave, and several people visited his grave. There's miracles that happen off of that. What do
First of all, the Rebbe that you're talking about is used to be very known and very popular. Even the American government sometimes used to get from him advice on engineering and stuff like that because he was a master in that. But altogether, was a very holy man and a very smart man.
Okay.
So the Chabad Jews, the Lubavitch Jews that you mentioned, they're Orthodox as well, but they do believe that their rabbi was appropriate to be the Messiah.
Okay.
He did a lot of things that seemed like he's appropriate for that position, but we all believe that until Messiah doesn't really reveal himself and redeem the Jews and fights the wars that the Jews have to fight, we wouldn't know 100% it's him. So they believe so, but they understand that there's more to come to know 100% that that's the right one.
I understand there's also some other differences. Like from the Orthodox, am I incorrect in saying that there's like certain people who like practice the Kabbalah and the Tree of Life? Is that within Orthodox, or does that be Shabbat, Lubavitch, or where does that kind of play in?
So you're talking about.
What can you tell us about
all
that?
right, so you're talking about two different parts in Kabbalah. Kabbalah is the deepness of the Bible. It's a circuit part of the Bible. There is a new version that the rabbis were able to reveal in the past 200 or 300 years ago, which is called Hasidut. That's where Hasidic name came from. And in that version, it makes it more simple to the majority of Orthodox people to be able to learn from it. But in general, when we're talking about Kabbalah, the secret of the Bible, those are given only for the pros, meaning the chief rabbis, to enter and learn it properly, because this is very deep stuff and people could misunderstand and interpret what it says.
It sounds like it's pretty much kept to the higher, because someone else told us that as well. So it sounds like it's not something widely practiced at all.
No. Practice, yes, some stuff that we're allowed to practice from the Kabbalah, obviously we do, but the secret
Like the
part,
bracelets and stuff like that.
no, this is the side things that you have to know if actually some of them are made up or they really have a source to what they're doing.
Oh, okay.
But it's more deeper things in the Torah, which we cannot describe right now, but it's very deep part of the Bible that only the pros will know how to understand. And you got to be holy for that. You got to be holding in the right level to actually understand what you're reading.
Okay.
And how do you kind of climb up those ranks? How does someone become a chief rabbi?
Well, the more you're connected with serving God and you put your life into it, the closer you'll get there, the quicker you'll get there. And everybody's trying their best. And those that made it, usually they have also high talent, very high IQ, but they also actually put all the effort into serving God and puring themselves for that.
Okay. And what are your thoughts on, I guess, the anti-Semitism in New York City, especially, I guess, after Manami one? Do you think, like, a lot of Jewish people I know are kind of scared that they might be targeted more because he's a Muslim? So what are your thoughts on that? Do you think it's going to get worse? Do you think it might get better? Is it going to stay the same?
Well, when it comes to Mandani, it's very tricky. Where you see some Hasidic Satmars did vote for him and did respect him and called him into their occasions to celebrate. But he did speak about Bibi Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, and he spoke very negative about him. And every action that's being taken against Palestinians or some Arab country like Iran and stuff like that, he has a negative comment to make on Trump or on Bibi.
Yeah.
So that doesn't shine so much for us, and it's more of a psychology that's placed in people's head. Media is a lot against, and that should just bring the results are going to be not the best for the Jews, and anti-Semitism would spread faster. I would just wish that he would know and be smart about what he says, even though he believes one way. Maybe it's better not to say it, just to keep peace in New York.
Where do you think anti-Semitism is stemming from nowadays? Is it, I guess, the war in Israel, Palestine? Is it like where's it coming from?
Well, it's first of all, in our Bible, we're aware of all this happening, and we know that the peace is not going to end fully. We could try to get it as close as we can, and we want that, but it's not going to happen so quickly. It does get to, now it's kind of like people are losing their their how should we call it, their patience, and they just openly showing their real color, and they're showing that they just don't like Jews. They don't have a reason. They don't have a good explanation to it. If they claim that the land is theirs, then there's a way to claim it. You know the famous thing that the rabbi said once. He said, if you own a baby and someone else is fighting over that baby, what would you do? Would you cut the baby to two and just split it to two states, or you just give up, just don't kill the baby? So you don't kill your own baby to go ahead and bomb Israel, and that just shows that it's not theirs. That's not the way to behave if you really own the place.
Okay, so you're talking about King Solomon, right? He had the baby.
Yes,
the
yes.
mother,
The story comes
mother
from there.
says, "Don't cut him in half. The other one can have it." Actually.
Yes, yeah, the story comes from there, and this is what we're seeing. I mean, you see that the Jews are trying to build up the land of Israel and make it nicer and more advanced. Where on the other hand, you're seeing the other side just like trying to destroy whatever they can. I mean, we know that it happened when they gave the Gaza area, which was, I forgot what it's, Gush Katif. It was called Gush Katif. Basically, it was all green, and day after that was given back to them by Ariel Sharon, the place looked like a desert. So it speaks for itself.
I have a question regarding Israel, actually. So I'm a Christian personally. We both see it as like the holy land for our religions. I have seen a lot of confusion, and essentially in Israel, I've seen that there's been sort of a I don't know, negative connotation towards some of the Christian communities there. Like there's been it's like a thing to spit on Christians. Is that true? Is that just, I mean, what's the, I guess, perspective that the community has on Christianity?
Okay, that's a good question. But there's always extremist people.
Okay.
The way we are told by our chief rabbis, we don't act violent to anybody. Beliefs are beliefs. We all know the history of how Christianity started. It started from a student of one of the rabbis. And that's what we call Yeshu. We call him Yeshu.
Jesus is Yeshu?
Yes, his name is Yeshu, and that's how we title him. We all know how it started, and basically he was not for the good of the Jews. He was trying to create his own movement. But from there to get violent or get into fights, it should not get there. We shouldn't be getting there, and normal Orthodox Jews will respect and will not even get into this conversation if it's was not for a good reason. They try to stay away from it.
Many people believe there's a lot of solidarity, right? There's a lot of Christians. Christians are some of the biggest supporters of Israel, right? And Zionism. And I think a lot of the conflict comes just from like that, like you're saying, the extremes of some side. And I think it's on both, right? But I have, I don't know if it's true. I just want to ask someone who actually studies this. But there's been certain, verses in like the Torah or the Talmud saying like Jesus is burning in hell, or about Mary, right? These are like certain things that are kind of calling into question that solidarity. But is that believed widely? Is that kind of more on the extremes that Jesus is in hell? I mean, what do you think personally? I don't think it's like.
Well, we don't have the right to argue on the Talmud. No Orthodox community would argue on a word it says in the Talmud. If it's Hasidic or Sephardic or Ashkenazic, whatever it is, we wouldn't be able to argue on the Talmud. The Talmud said something, it said it. Is the Talmud is a newspaper that you could read and understand just like that? No, obviously not. Talmudic is written by big rabbis, and we follow by tradition of how to understand the Talmud. And like I said, people take it personal. We're not looking to take it personal. We also discover in the Talmud about very big rabbis that end up in hell.
Really?
Yes. The Talmud speaks about very
Was
big
Jesus
rabbis.
one of those?
Jesus did not
A very
get
good
there.
rabbi that ended up.
I mean, Jesus, like I said, he was just a student, according to many opinion. He was just a student that learned God's holy name, which is a very long name that very few knew then. Even when he learned it, he didn't learn it properly, and he used to use that to make miracles.
Wait, you're saying? Could you say that? So you're saying like basically, it was sort of a Jewish practice that allowed.
Yeah. It's what we call, like you asked me before, like something like Kabbalah, right? Kabbalah gives you those powers many times, but not to that extent. He had something that Very few people had it. We're not allowed to reveal it. He revealed it in a not kosher way, but he revealed the name and he started using it, and that's how he got his followers by doing miracles. You know, when you do miracles, then you believe. Listen, he just got someone alive. So, yeah, how could you go wrong with that? He's a holy man. Yeah, he did use a holy power, but he didn't use it for the right purposes, according to our opinion. But like I said, it's not about him. We have many rabbis that our Talmud speaks about that they went the wrong direction in the end, and we just accepted as facts that this is how it is, and we don't develop because of that hatred towards a certain group of people. So we shouldn't be hating Christians. Normal Orthodox persons should not hate Christian. Yes, we do have to follow the rules of how do we supposed to deal with Christians when it's a kosher type of stuff. But other than that, we have to let everybody get to the truth on their own. We do have the books for it, and people could always learn. Today, everything is also on social media. You go on YouTube and you search it, you learn it, and you find the truth. A person has to find the truth. So we believe our way is the only way.
Like, genuine question. So there's been a lot of Muslims coming to America, right? Recently.
Yeah.
It's been, they're praying, like in New York City, they're praying in the street, stuff like that. You know, it's argued that, you know, America was founded by Christians, right?
Okay.
And deists, you could say, like Thomas Jefferson. Would you say America is better off for everyone to stay a Christian nation rather than a Muslim nation? Because, I mean,
I don't see any problem with Muslims. Muslims are just good. The good people belong in America. Bad people don't belong anywhere. So if you're Christian or a Jew or you're Muslim, if you're a nice person, you're a good person, you want peace, then I think you deserve to live in a peaceful place. But if you're Muslim or Christian or a Jew that misbehave or break the rules, then find a different place for yourself. Where is it? I don't think it's on planet.
I wanted to ask a question, I guess, about why some people might be anti-Semitic. Some people claim that some Jews have like a superiority complex, or I know you guys have the term goyim for like non-Jewish people, and I correct me if I'm wrong. Some people say that the Jews believe that you guys have a different soul than the rest of the people.
No,
Is that true?
That's a good point. So I'm gonna try to make it as simple as possible, as much knowledge as I have. Everybody has soul. Also, the animals has a soul. This is questionable if that soul is a spiritual soul or some sort of physicality to it between the rabbis. But all creatures, if it's a living creature, they have a soul. There's a separate soul, which is a holy soul that's given to the Jews when we receive the Bible. Anyone could receive it once he converts. The person converts, decides they become a Jew, he receives that, and this is why we consider a person who converts as a newborn baby. Because yes, physically is the same body, yes, he had a soul, but he's receiving a separate soul as a Jew. But everybody has a soul, and everybody has the ability of being good or bad.
Okay. So, but you said the soul. You guys have like a holy soul. So, so is the soul like worth less? Is that
Let
the
me
kind of
just
the belief?
explain it. Both souls are holy because
Okay.
both souls are coming from God. Just that is a separate, unique given to Jews when we receive the Bible and we turn into a nation. That's what we believe. But all souls are holy. Just depends on how you're going to use it. If you're going to make it evil in the end, that's where you got taken in life, or you're going to take it to a pure place and make it good.
Okay. What do you think about some politicians in the U.S. government? Some people, they say they have dual loyalty or get funding from AIPAC. Do you see any problem with that? Do you think sometimes America and Israel's interests can conflict? Or do you think Israel is our greatest ally and we should keep supporting them?
Well, Israel is a good ally of America. It's a fact that you see that they work together very nicely and they support each other very good. Speaking about the President Trump, I just like the person, not only because he's pro-Israel, because he's pro saying the truth and saying it openly. So when he doesn't like where Prime Minister Netanyahu does things, he says it openly. And when he doesn't support, he doesn't support. He has the right to have his own opinion. But overall, the way he works is just like, he's given by God. That is a gift. He's a gifted person to our to the world. The world should appreciate him, I think. This is my personal opinion, and he has his own mind. No one tells him what to do. He knows how to think for himself, and no one would push him one way or the other. He'll make his own decisions.
I have a one question that's kind of an out there one. Recently in the news, well, not so recently anymore, but like the Epstein files.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of talk about like Jeffrey Epstein's ties to Israel
Yeah.
and Ghislaine Maxwell and the British families. Do you think that like essentially that is kind of like fake news, or is it true that essentially, or do you believe it's true that essentially there is a lot of spying done on the U.S. by Israel? Blackmail, that kind of thing? Because that's something that has been a big concern for Americans.
No, I don't believe that there's any spying done by Israelis. I mean, things did happen in the past. We know the history. We know that the spies are coming everywhere. There's American spies that come to other countries, all countries that they're at peace with and they're not with peace with. They have to do the job to make sure to secure their country, to make sure that the other countries are not planning anything behind their back. I don't believe there's any spies. I don't know. With Epstein thingy, I heard of it. I don't know much about it. It could be part of it is true. Could be. It sounds like it could be true, that's for sure. But I don't know. I cannot give my opinion on that.
Wait, I had one more question about the Talmud. So, is the Talmud, does every Jewish person follow it? I know not literally every single one does, but is it like a widespread thing that the Jews believe in? And from what I understand, the Talmud is like a collection of the rabbis writing things down that they apparently received from God, right? And some of the beliefs can contradict in the book, right?
Yes, the beliefs could contradict them, each other, but there is a part of the Talmud that says that Elo ve'elo devei Elokim chaim, which means the words of this rabbi and the words of this rabbi are given straight from God's words.
Okay.
So everything in the Talmud absolutely is accepted as a holy stuff, and we get rewarded for learning it, and that's the way we serve God. There is no Orthodox community in the world, the whole world, all around the world, that would not believe a word that says in the Talmud to be wrong. But there is Reform, Conservative, and those kind of groups who separate themselves from the original group, which is Orthodox group, and they start believing that you don't have to follow the Talmud. But they're not. They agree themselves. They know that they're not the original. They know that the Talmud is the original, and they just decided to open up their own group because or personal reasons that they had.
Okay. And what about some of the some of the rituals like in the Talmud? I know one of them is I think it's called the Metzitza Bepe, right, where the child gets circumcised,
Yes.
and then they clean it up with the rabbi's mouth, I believe. And the other one is where they transfer the sins from themselves to the chicken and kill the chicken, and, like swing it above their head.
I got
Are
it.
those like common widespread practices in these communities?
Yes, absolutely. But you have to understand that when you just do that thing with the chicken above your head to remove the sin from yourself, the punishment that you deserve for the sin to the chicken, it does come with a lot of, with a package. You gotta change your behavior, ask for forgiveness. This package that comes with it, it's not a uji-buji that, we're gonna do some miracle or just some magic and it's all gonna go on the chicken. It doesn't work that way.
Okay.
That's one thing. Now regarding the thing that you asked about the mitzvah bapeh, I'm shocked that you guys know what it is, but that's cool. Mitzvah bapeh, it's given to us as straight from Moshe Rabbeinu, our leader. We cannot. No one would disagree with it. Every Orthodox community would do it, and you're asking from health point of view if that's okay.
Yeah,
It doesn't make
I
sense.
guess kind of like, is that an outdated practice? And
So-
some people might call it maybe immoral to do
I'm
that
more
to the
interested in
child.
what is the benefit, because I've heard there's blessings involved and certain things like that. Is that the case, or?
I mean, first of all, it's a certain type of peace that God commanded us to have with Him, like keeping the Shabbat and making that
Circumcision.
the Brit, those things that it's a peace between God and the Jews. Now, medically, science proved many times wrong. They thought they got it right. They thought the Jews' practices are dangerous, but they learned that actually what the Jews are doing is the proper way to do it. For example, to slaughter the animal At the beginning, I thought that that's really pinning the animal, the way we slaughter the animal to eat. And later on, they discovered that actually, when we do that, the animal has no pain whatsoever, not even for a split second. And many stuff like that as well. Also, in my classes, I have a doctor, and he told me that there's a vitamin D, no, K something.
K2?
K2, I don't remember, but it's basically the vitamin that protects the body if it gets a cut. So it dries the blood around the cut quicker.
Okay.
And they discovered, today, the science discovered that in the 8th day of the child, the vitamin K goes the highest, which is exactly the day that we do the Brit, we cut. So you're just seeing that things that took place thousands of years ago, somehow, slowly, everybody comes to conclusions. Wait, there's something behind it. There's truth behind it. Just we have to figure out what is it. Right. And not necessarily we're always given to know the reasons, but slowly, with the technology that the world is having, they're starting to discover, for example, the amount of stars that are in the world. That not too long ago, until they came with the technology to be able to count the stars, they believed that there is maybe 35 stars in the world, in the sky. And after technology came out, they came to the same conclusion that there's so many stars, almost the same exact number that's brought down in our books over 1,000 years ago. So yeah, it's just a matter of time. They'll find the truth, I guess. I mean, it's proven. Like, for example, the Bible to discuss the animals that are kosher and the animals that are not kosher. And animals that are not kosher, the Bible tells us what they are. They have a certain signs on their body, on certain behavior. And until today, no one was able to find one more animal around the world that is having the same signs that was not mentioned in the Bible. And that's a question that asked to anyone. So the Bible is true or not true? It's giveaway that something that was given more than 3,000 years ago has truth to it.
Okay. You mentioned the stars. I'm interested in like a lot of the ancient practices and like because you guys have kept the Torah and all of that throughout the ages. Is there any truth to like the numerology stuff like that? Are you familiar with any of that? The astrology, is that somewhat kind of like kept around? Because I've heard that Kabbalah is something to do with numerology and stuff like that.
It does.
There's certain special numbers like 77 is supposed to be a holy number. Right?
There is stuff to what you're saying. I'm not learning. I'm not practicing anything in Kabbalah, but I'm aware. We're all aware because we do touch it as we learn the Bible. We touched different points, but the things are existing, but they're much different than we think. And to my knowledge, I'm having a hard time to believe that there is someone out there in the big world that actually knows the topic completely from A to Z. Besides the chief rabbis that we have, I mean, there is people that for sure have knowledge. They're knowledgeable, but not the amount of knowledge they need to be able to figure out things that are secretive or from the future.
Right. Definitely a lot. Okay. Yeah, one final topic. I don't want to take too much of your time. Have you heard of the term the Great Replacement?
No.
So it's people say the Great Replacement is kind of the replacement of white people. So 100 years ago, white people were 33% of the world. Nowadays, the estimate is between like 8 to 6% of the population. Do you think there's some sort of agenda that people are planning to like get rid of white people?
It's hard to answer that question, but I'll tell you one thing. Beautiful things are usually the minority. You see it in the other animals also. The beautiful birds, the beautiful animals, they're the minority in the nature. White people, someone's trying to get rid of those. Maybe, I don't see any specific reason why people should try to get the white people, or else they have low self-esteem that they lessen the white people. But white people are beautiful people, good for them.
No, because some people say like if you look at where all the immigrants are flooding in, like in Europe, obviously the USA, we have a lot of legal and illegal immigration. And if you look at even the white population in the United States, it went from like 90, now it's like around 50%, just above it. So do you think there's pushes from, I don't know, certain NGOs, certain communities?
I think it has to do with certain beliefs, like let's say Muslims. They believe very much to bring big families to the world where Christians don't believe that, and most, let's say, even American families, real American families that lives here for years, the white people, usually they go to Manhattan, for example. Take a look at Manhattan. They have maybe 2 kids and a dog. That's the most they have. Where you're gonna go and see a Muslim family, they could have 4 wives and 20 kids. I don't know.
You guys have high
We
birth
have
rates
also
too.
because we do also believe very much it's very important to bring
Yeah.
kids to the world. It's one of the commandments by God to bring as many kids to the world, and that's a big cause. Second of all, in the Bible it says that the Muslims will spread around the world. They're just gonna cover the world, and they are. So, and they were blessed by God, by the angel. So,
Wait, you guys believe that
blessed-
the Muslims were blessed by God?
of course, it's straight up. Abraham Avinu, which is Abraham, he asked God, "What would be with my son Ishmael?" Which is where a lot of
okay.
Muslims come from. And he told them, "I heard your prayer for Ishmael, and I promise you, he's going to be a big nation." So they're blessed. We cannot deny it. Whatever is the truth is what's going to say in the Bible. The Bible is not hiding the truth. And when someone is blessed, the Bible said he was blessed. So that Ishmael, which a lot of Muslims are Ishmaels, they are blessed to be a big nation, and you see it. Now you're gonna ask me, then Jews were also blessed to be a big nation, but we have kind of conditions if we follow the Bible. So we have it a little bit harder because we based on condition where Ishmael, the Muslims, are not based on any condition, they were just based to multiply.
Okay.
And that's what makes them a bigger percentage in the world. So yes.
Okay. It's a sensitive topic. If you don't feel comfortable about it, don't talk about it. But I wanted to ask about the Holocaust, and it is illegal to question the Holocaust, and I don't know exactly the laws around it, but it's like illegal to, I guess, say misinformation about the Holocaust in like 17 different European countries. So why do you think that is? If there's a event that is so well documented, is it just to not bring up maybe those feelings of those that got affected? The people just want to, go past that chapter and move on to something else, because there's not really any other events that are kind of illegal to, spread misinformation about.
Well, I don't know of any legal rights, but I do know the Jews do speak about the Holocaust a lot everywhere, and they write books about it, about their experiences. And it's very important for the people to know what happened, the history. All the Jewish history is all written down, and the Holocaust is part of it. 6 million Jews were killed in the Holocaust. We got hit very hard. It's more the European countries, not the countries where I come from, but the facts are that we're all Jews and we're all affected the same way. So I don't know any legal rights about talking about the Holocaust.
It's not in the U.S. There's some countries in Europe. If for example, if you say a different number than 6 million Jews, you could get fined or even get arrested in some countries. If you do the Roman salute, that you obviously know what that is, you could also get fined in these countries. Why do you think it's surrounding just purely the Holocaust, when around the same time during World War II there was obviously a lot more tragedies, such as the
Holodomor.
Yeah, the Holodomor in Ukraine,
Polish
where the Bolsheviks were kind of killing.
He's Lithuanian.
Yeah. So like the Holodomor, where the Bolsheviks were slaughtering not just Christians but Ukrainians, Lithuanians, Russians were killing their own people.
Right. They definitely were trying to. That few agendas, few reasons of that multiple reasons of the Holocaust. What were they trying to gain by killing and conquering? But definitely the biggest number is in the Jewish community, when the Jewish community is the smallest community in the world. And they are the biggest number in the Holocaust.
Okay.
So obviously they were targeting Jews more than anyone else, but definitely it's possible that they had different purposes, and they were trying to target other communities as well besides the Jewish community. But I can't tell you more than that. I don't know those legal rights and why people wouldn't.
Yeah, I understand.
I don't know why don't you speak about the Holocaust? It's important to learn from our mistakes.
No, 100%. Not to speak about it. It's fine to speak about it. Obviously, we get taught about it in school, everything like that. But I more so mean, there's no laws against questioning the numbers of the Holodomor when those Christian white people were killed. But when you talk about the Jewish people,
the facts are that there's no nation that's being hated like the Jewish nation, and there's no explanation to that hatred towards the Jewish nation.
Okay.
And I guess they wanted to protect that number so that number could stay still because they know that these people are denying the Holocaust altogether. And the purpose of denying it is just to deny that people are trying to target Jews, not people are trying to target Ukrainian or stuff like that.
Okay.
The purpose of denying it is to deny that the Holocaust happened to the Jews.
Right.
Thanks God that we have people still living from the Holocaust that show there are proof to the world, the survivors that prove to the world that Holocaust did happen.
Of course. Would you support like hate speech laws like that in the U.S. where we maybe shouldn't question certain events and we should just close the book, move on, let's not talk, or we could talk about it, let's just not try to maybe cause bad feelings to come up with people, or do you think free speech is free speech? We just let everyone talk about whatever.
I do believe that free speech is a good idea, but people take advantage of the law. I call it abusing the law.
Yeah.
There is a law that there's a free speech because we want to hear everybody's voice, but this to abuse the law and use it to the wrong purposes, and people take that and they take advantage of it for bad stuff, and they shouldn't have the right to speak even when there is a free speech.
Fair enough. You had one last question?
Well, I actually have one off of that. If I can do two more.
Yeah, go ahead.
So off of that, obviously the tragedy of the Holocaust, the 6 million Jews. I've even heard that it was prophesied that it would be that there would be some type of Holocaust, because I understand the word Holocaust means burnt sacrifice, correct? And the number 6 million, I've also heard that number was prophesied. It's kind of an important number.
Wow.
Is that true? Or
There was already hints by certain rabbis before that. 25 years before the Holocaust, there was a big rabbi by the name, we title him as the Chafetz Chaim. And he did mention that the Holocaust will happen and it would make World War I look like a joke compared to World War II. He did mention that. I don't think he mentioned the amount of people that would die, amount of Jews that would die. I don't think he did. So that's new to me. Okay. But it's all part of...
I don't know if they said they were going to die. I think it was just that the number 6 million has some relevance somewhere. I'm not sure.
Could be. I never heard, but it's possible.
Okay.
But I do know that the rabbi, like about 25 years before the second, World War II happened, the Holocaust took place and all those things happened. The rabbi did mention already that something will happen, not necessarily to Jews, but to the world. That big change is going to happen in the world. And he did mention also that the third World War would be the end of it. And that's what we call in our prophecies Gog and Magog. That's going to be the end of all. And after that, the peace will come. Okay. But there is supposed to be a world war. Trump is trying to hold back from a world war.
Yeah.
You think it's going to happen?
I wish it'll be successful. If God has mercy, it might change things. A bad prophecy could change for good. A good prophecy can never change for bad. So maybe it's from those kind of cases. Let's hope. We have to act good, so God would want to give us good. So I do wish that he'll be successful and God will bring Messiah. That's it.
All right, last question, most important question.
Okay.
All right. Drake or Kanye?
Explain that.
Drake or Kanye? The music.
I don't know.
You know who Drake is?
You don't know Drake?
I don't know them.
Okay.
Hotline Bling, you never heard? I know, and Hotline, you don't know?
Nope, none of that.
Well, never mind. Okay, how about we end off something positive? What would you like to see, I guess, in America from, I guess, the non-Jewish people? What are some things people can adopt? Honestly, just all people in general. What would you like to see more in the U.S.?
Purify the U.S. from the bad people, and everybody that stays in the U.S. should be in peace. That's all I can say.
Thank you for your time, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Schmeira police car. Very interesting. But yeah, guys, that was the Borough here in Brooklyn, New York City. Very interesting experience. Very interesting to see this community. A lot different. You don't really see this in many places inside the U.S. It was interesting to talk to those two Jewish people. I think it was very informative, just a different perspective on how they live and their way of life. They were respectful, they seemed honest about everything they said. What was your experience here?
I mean, they didn't deny any of the stuff. I mean, they seem really more friendly than maybe normal, but at least that's how they come across.
Yeah.
But definitely not, denying the practices. They're not really even denying their influence. Very closed off, though, obviously. And I think they definitely, like, as much as they say they don't want to make themselves look bad or whatever, or they don't see the irony in like saying, oh yeah, well, I have no problem with like AIPAC controlling Congress or whatever. Like they don't have an interest in, you know, basically America. It's more or less, oh well, it's okay for us, so why are y'all offended by it?
Yeah. I mean, that definitely seems like the case. Like, we agree on basically 95% of the
That's
topics.
a little far, but yeah.
Okay, maybe maybe not 95%.
Maybe you did. Maybe you did.
Okay, no, I'm saying as America, they're usually pretty anti-immigration. They're pretty conservative, but the only thing, and this is actually a major issue, is the Israel topic, and they don't have a problem with AIPAC, and don't have a problem with the
They are
dual
conservative,
loyalty.
I'll say that, and they're anti-contraception. I'm Catholic, so I also am anti-contraception. They have big families. You know, one of the one of the dudes, old heads, walking down the street had like 6 kids, and he was like, "Yeah, man, you shouldn't have a phone, so you know your girl isn't texting you all the time." Like they have like these old flip phones.
Yeah.
It's almost like the Amish if they were rich and successful and controlled America. Pretty funny.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's why the people have a problem with them nowadays. Like they're nice for the most part. I mean, obviously some of the ones we didn't show on camera, they were kind of a little passive aggressive, but that's just kind of New York in general. But it is their loyalty to Israel, which is understandable. That's what it says in their book, in their religion. So of course they're going to believe that.
Right.
So I understand. So it was a very interesting experience. I'm glad I came here, talked to these people. Definitely learned a few things, but hope you guys enjoyed this video.
Yeah.
Thanks, Blue, for joining me
Of course, bro.
in this journey. And don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel,
Shout
and
out
see
to
you.
Based Wealth on Twitter.
Yeah, shout out Base Wealth on Twitter. Go check him
America
out.
First,
Thank you all
two
for watching.
gophers in the Jewish borough of Brooklyn.
Yes, sir.